world? Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Let me jump on here and do my homer thing. I'm all out of breath. I just got done doing the gritty off camera, of course. But just happy for the win. I meant to come on after the Thanksgiving Day game. I really was. That was the first time that I was really proud of the team in a long time for them, not for me and what they needed to meet my expectations. But it was just good to see them blow a team out, to shut a team down, to have fun, and to start seeing some leaders emerge on the team with Chase Young. The sack numbers aren't there exactly for him, but you see him talking stuff. You see him, getting in guys' faces. The team, you see him becoming the emotional leader of the team, and the stats are gonna happen. Excuse me. The stats are gonna come. So no question about that. And you see him making timely plays. But so yeah, I was big on last week's game. I mean on the Thanksgiving Day game, and to beat a rival like that, who's in a free fall. But I was just proud of him, man. And I know some Dallas Cowboys fans, so it was good to not be under their heel, for a change. And I said at the beginning of the year, man, what was going to be critical was I wanted to win both games against the Giants, but you had to split with them. And I guess because you looked at the Giants and Washington as kind of being neck and neck, and the Giants, even though they lost Saquon Barkley, even though they were having issues with Danny Dimes, the quarterback not, and his turnovers and whatnot, they were able to play on and play through and compete. They weren't killing each other. And you didn't hear the fan base blowing up the way that, the Washington fan base had been, had kind of been just becoming a shit show. But we get to win tonight 23-17 at Heinz. That's two iconic brands in two games with the Cowboys and the Steelers. And let's not overlook the fact that the Steelers are the schedule has been disrupted for them. But again, before I talk through the game really quickly, one thing that I wanted to look at for the beginning of the season was what boosted Rivera. How many wins was bringing in Rivera? How many wins was he going to get as a coach? And I think that's a large part of the big win on Thanksgiving Day. And then tonight is Rivera. Although I know it was touch and go there for a minute. But the guys coming out of this cancer situation, and you had to be respectful of what impact that could have been having on him. But it looks like he's on the other side of that. And the team, again, we're seeing the character of the team. We're seeing, Rivera's identity on the team a little bit, some of the success that he was able to have down in Carolina. And the other thing was just don't beat yourself. And that's a big benefit of having Alex Smith come in. I know it was shaky early on for him. He came in, had a couple of games with multiple interceptions or multiple turnovers, and was killing the team himself. But now he comes in tonight, he's steady, 246 yards, 31 of 46, one touchdown, no interceptions. So that's what you expect from him back when he had the team at 6-3. And then the other key is just the defense being a top 10 unit. Right now they're number 4 for yards allowed. So it just all came together. It moves us to 5-7, and next week is San Francisco, which in my opinion is a winnable game. We'll see what they do tonight with with Buffalo. But that's just the killer, man. Was dropping both games to the New York Giants, and then letting that Detroit game get away. those were, don't beat yourself. And they didn't do that the last two games. Other than that, though, not a whole lot of success running the ball tonight. Lost Gibson very early, but they kept it close. They didn't crumble, in the face of adversity. They got to halftime, which was a signature part of the old school back in the Hog days. When we had the Hogs, they would come out in the second half and make those adjustments. And so to keep it close, and not fall behind, before the half, to come out and have something to play for and responded. But like not a lot got done on the ground tonight. Barber 14 for 23 yards, McKissick 5 for 8 yards, but showed up in the passing game, 10 receptions for 70 yards. Big night from Thomas, 9 for 98, 1 touchdown, hell of a catch. And then Cam Sims 5 for 92. So no sacks tonight, I don't believe, for the defensive line, but they batted down those balls. And then finally, I think it was Moose said, eventually one of these balls are gonna you keep getting them up in the air, you're gonna leave one up there where it's enough time for a guy to run underneath it and get the interception. And sure enough, Bostic at the perfect time. I was hoping for a strip sack, but Bostic comes in, gets the interception, closes out the game. Special teams, kicks a couple of field goals to get into the lead. Just a great team win, man. Hard to not love it. The confidence is going to build. Not a huge night from McLaurin tonight, but all the key players came through healthy, with the exception we got to see what's going on with Gibson. The offensive line didn't have a bad night. They gave up 3 sacks, but it was interesting that they moved Morgan over to be in front of T.J. Watt. Watt did get 1 sack, but Morgan's not horrible. He's not horrible. Sheriff got hurt for a minute, came back in the game. Like I said, man, that was always going to be the formula, was winning as a team. We don't have those big, impressive, dominant individual players, but as a unit, the hell of that one-handed catch late for Cam, the touchdown grab for Thomas, McKissick showing up in the passing game, Barber running for some tough yards here and there. Like I said, 14 for 23 is not a great yards per carry average, but when they needed to run the clock out, he got 3 yards, 3 and 4 yards and whatnot. So an excellent team win. And then, to beat a team that was undefeated, what were they, 11-0? That's one of those, the fan base needed that. The fan base needed to have a meaningful game and, look like a professional NFL team. So I'm excited, man. 5-7. What's good, man? Devin Johnson. I'm about to jump off of here though. But yeah, it's just good to be in contention for the playoffs, and couple things go right. It's always good to be tuning in the games at the end of the season and be going, things be trending in the right direction versus things being in a free fall, guys giving up. Like I said, it's great to see what Chase Young. You don't like the Steelers, bro? How can you be trash at 11-0 though? I don't know, man. I thought it was a great win. I was impressed. It's a prime time game. It's awesome to not get on there and get embarrassed and look bad as a team. So I'm ecstatic, man. I don't have anything bad to say. A couple of things could have been, a little bit better, but again, a mistake-free game, made the plays on defense when they needed to. The Darby kid is actually impressing me a lot as a corner. I didn't really think too much of that dude, but he's been playing great ball on some big-name wide receivers the last couple of weeks. So it's good to see him. Fuller's doing his thing. And I would, if the back-end guys can show up and be effective, that's only going to help the defensive line. Like I said, no sacks tonight, but disruptive, and that's better than nothing. But like I said, if the secondary can improve, that's going to make the front four look good. But just a great team win, good coaching, just looking like a professional football team. That's really all I wanted to come on here and say. See what San Francisco does. Travel out to the West Coast, see what happens out there. And I was looking at from the beginning of the season, I thought 7-9 was very possible, and they can get there and maybe even do a little bit better if a couple of things go right. Then we still got the game with Philly, who's all they're in between quarterbacks or whatever, may have to make a decision there. So that's a winnable game. Frisco's winnable. You never know. Anyway, man, pay me no mind, sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Hail to the football team.